everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. As you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time I go live. You can follow me on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. You can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page and follow me on Twitter at DGoddess27. So let's just get right into it. North Carolina mom charged with murder months after police found her 2-year-old son floating in a pond. So this woman was arrested in New York this week in connection with the death of her 2-year-old son. They say he drowned in a pond months ago. Now, Natalia Suero, age 29, was taken into custody in Westchester County on Saturday and charged with being a fugitive from justice as she awaits extradition back to the Tar Heel state. Now, according to a press release from the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, Suero, at approximately 9 a.m. on March the 19th or March the 12th, flagged down an officer in the Park Road Park near 6200 block of Park Road. Now, Suero allegedly told the off-duty officer that her son, Jonathan Suero, was in the pond and was not breathing. Now, the officer accompanied Suero to the pond where the officer found Jonathan face up floating in the pond and attempted to perform life-saving procedures on the child, according to the search warrant. Now, they say the off-duty officer performed CPR on the child until emergency medical services showed up on the scene. Now, the boy was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the facility, and so they took him, by the way, to Atrium Health Carolina's medical center. Now, a search warrant obtained by Charlotte, CBS affiliate, in April reportedly stated that investigators interviewed Suero following the incident, during which she provided a series of suspicious responses to their questions. Detectives reportedly noted that Suero gave vague and inconsistent statements regarding the incident and was unable to provide even an estimated timeline of the events leading up to Jonathan ending up in that pond. Did she think they weren't going to question her or find something about her suspicious? Maybe she thought they would just feel that she was grieving so much that they wouldn't even bother to ask her. I don't know, honey, but clearly they knew she was telling lies. So per WTV, Suero told investigators that she remembered watching Jonathan enter the water and was aware that the boy did not know how to swim. So if he didn't know how to swim, why would you let him just go out there and get the water, fool? And you not try to at least bring him back in or whatever? An expert in aquatic death, Andrea Zaferos, was consulted, and she advised detectives that Natalia's story was not supported by science, specifically that the victim was floating and face up. Now, CMPD detectives investigating the circumstances of Jonathan's death obtained a murder warrant for Suero on May the 26th. Let me tell you something. When you kill somebody, when people go out here and commit murder, and then they end up, going to try to report the person missing themselves or going act as though feigning as if they're actually trying to get help for the person, they usually get busted because in her case, she was telling stupid stories that didn't make sense. They said that, she was inconsistent with the things that she was saying and all of this. This aroused their suspicion. And then also after they spoke with the medical examiner and said that absolutely wasn't backed by science, what she was in fact trying to say. The person that was not the medical examiner, but the expert in aquatic death. So she probably didn't even know that they can get an expert to come in and examine this child's body, and see what kind of damage was caused while he was in the water, how long he was in the water, possibly, and all those things. I guess she didn't bank on that. Fool. And that's what all these idiots are who go out here and kill children, like so nefarious. I hope they throw the book at me. I absolutely hope they do. So let me continue. So they say, 2 days after the murder warrant was issued, officers with the Irving Police Department in New York performed a traffic stop for a red light violation, approximately at 1:35 a.m. Now, the police reportedly found Suero driving the vehicle, learned that there was an active warrant out for her arrest on suspicion of first-degree murder, and then they quickly placed her under arrest. Suero appeared for her arraignment before Judge Desmond Lyons at the Irvington Village Court and was ordered to remain in detention with the Westchester County Department of Corrections as she awaits extradition back to North Carolina. Now, according to the Yonkers Times, the search warrants for Suero's apartment yielded phone records that supported evidence, or the theory at least, that the mother was lying about the fact that she found her son lying face down in the water. let me just say this. I told you all before about the young woman who used to work with me and how she killed her boyfriend because she found out he was cheating or whatever, went through his phone while he was asleep apparently, and then shot him in the head and all that stuff. I told you the whole story. Then she went to the police, the next day to report him missing. And her story just wasn't adding up. And so what did the police do? Well, when she left, they went and got a warrant and came to her house. And that's when they put down the luminol and found all that blood, that bloody trail that led right out to the shed where his dead body was. So I said all that to say this. That's exactly what the police did in this case. You see, you can snitch on yourself by going in there and trying to act as though you're looking for the victim that you already killed, and then acting like you're so concerned about their welfare and well-being that you're filing a police report, or you're just trying to get answers and all that stuff. Well, if your story doesn't sound right, if it doesn't make any sense and you can't seem to make it make sense, the police will be suspicious, honey, because one thing the police do know how to do is interrogate people. And they get people to tell on themselves very often. And you don't even have to just come out and say that you did it, but it's what you say, and that sometimes it's the things that they say in the background of the sentence when you have to just break it all down and listen real hard. And then you'll realize often that they actually just admitted to it, right? They practically admitted to it. That's all I'm saying. This woman is clearly an idiot. So anyway, so they say CMP did not immediately respond to messages from Law and Crime seeking additional information on the case and clarification as to what police found that may indicate that she's lying. Now, the Mecklenburg County District Attorney's Office and CMPD are said to be, working with authorities in New York to ensure Suero is extradited in a timely manner. Also said, honey, she didn't kill this poor child and then killed him by drowning. That's just a bad way to go. Anyway, it's a bad way to go, I would imagine, but especially that. This is my opinion. The fact that you're not able to breathe, also crazy. This is her right here. Natalia Suero. Well, she's clearly one of those Hispanic Black folks by her name. But anyway, it's just also sad. And sitting up there, trying to act like she's really trying to save the little boy's life, running to get a police officer, begging for help, knowing that she's already killed this child. Oh, so crazy, honey. And like I told you all, I have reported so many stories in the past 5 months on parents and guardians murdering little children. What is going on? So anyway, like I said, her story didn't sound sufficient. They thought it was something that she was leaving out and just obviously had an intuition that she did something to that man. And so they went and got that warrant. I mean, to her son. And they went and got that warrant. And this is what they have found. So anyway, with that all being said, everyone please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell, and I will talk to you.